What's up, good people? It's Kingdude the artist. We live in the den with Miles Wing and Big Happy Baby. Congress Park in the building. Move them.
Yeah.
You better watch your eyes. Watch your eyes when the costs fly.
Guess what? We don't order at the bar. They send the waitress to our section. They ran out of mo. What's next? We don't drink that anyway. Send that Vivo Clico all day. By the case, light it up. When we walk in the club, they know what's up. My champagne is so fly. It come with jackets. Oh, I'm not lying. Do you own some? I hold got a case. Cause when I walk in lax, they know my face. They say, Kingdude, we know what you want. Is you driving a car with the trunk in the front? We'll bring it out. This is no lie. We know you're so fly. We glad you came by. So put your middle fingers to the sky and tell them broke niggas what they hide.
You better watch your eyes. Watch your eyes when the costs fly.
It's a lifestyle, baby.
Back live again.
Yes, sir.
Kingdude the artist, aka Rob.
Break it down for me. I love the swagger.
Right, so you got a couple books out.
Yeah, I just got one.
Rocking. Go ahead, Wayne.
Before we go there, when did your entertainment lifestyle start? Like, what made you want to be an entertainer? Like, did the rapping come first?
Yeah.
Author or what came?
So I always been blessed, like Happy say, to have the gift of gab, right? So I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to be a pimp, right? So I used to be studying the pimps and shit, and I used to be practicing my lines and shit. So whenever I go to all my friends, they always, I got them saying this shit. I used to be like, yeah, we gonna, I'm motherfucking, you gonna peel your pet. I forgot what the shit I used to say back then. You gonna peel your purse and bitch, I'm gonna put a wig on a pig and all this shit. I was saying, shit, I used to be practicing this shit, right? I wanted to be a pimp, but so already had that. And then I'm very charismatic, right? So I ain't never met a stranger. You put me in the room with somebody, we having a little conversation, we gonna probably, we gonna engage well. So I know how to interact with people. But what happened was when I drink a lot. I cut back, but I used to drink. And I had a real bad car accident, right? Had a bad car accident, almost died, broke both my ankles. I couldn't walk. So during my recovery process, man, I was like, man, I had already been saying all my life that I was gonna write a book, but I felt like I hadn't done enough. It was like no wow factor to me. Even though I had accomplished a lot of things, no wow factor had happened, right? So I was laying downstairs in my basement, man. It was like, I was in our family room, and my bedroom was upstairs. It was probably we had a sunken living room, and then it's like 10 more steps. But I couldn't go upstairs to take a shower, man. And my cousin, man, he used to have to come home and wash me up and all that. It was a really low point in my life. And I was just laying down there. I was like, man, in the middle of the night, I used to be up all night because the medication and all that, my sleep schedule was up. So you got a lot of time to really review what you're doing. And I was like, man, I'm gonna get to work on that book, right? And a good friend of mine, she had a talk show and she had written a book. And I was already hanging out at the studio with them. I'm meeting a whole bunch of different people. And I told her, I said, I want you to be my mentor, right? Because what I know is that when you want to do something, you got to get with somebody that's already done what you're trying to accomplish, right? So I said, I want you to be my mentor. And she challenged me. She said, I need you, if you're serious about this book thing, I want you to write a certain amount of pages, 35 pages or something. And she gave me a date. And I sent it back to her and I said, I got it for you. And from there, she was like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put you with the publishing company and all that. So that I put the book in motion. I'm writing the book. So when I'm writing the book, man, that's when I was like, the title of the book is Sometimes a King king is, sometimes the king is a woman, right? So that's where Kingdude really comes from, right? Because I'm saying that, it's not saying that, see, the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard, right? But the king is the most acknowledged, right? In life, right? Like, no man can do nothing without a woman. Any man that you seen at an elevated place, there's a woman behind him, pushing him, helping him, doing something on the back end, in my opinion, right?
Guess that's why you still on the first floor, Switch.
Cheers to the first floor.
Yeah, so when I'm writing a book, right? And I write a book, and I was like, man, I had a photo shoot for the book. And me and my friends, we drink champagne, so we got like cases of champagne, and we drinking champagne. We having a photo shoot, we having a good time. And my camera guy, I had one of my homegirls, she was like my assistant that day. And I walked up to her, and I said, champagne me, please. And then my camera guy, he said, man, champagne me, please, too. So the rest of the day, all my friends, when somebody wanted some champagne, that's what we said. So I was like, man, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna write a song about this shit. I'm already writing a book,
Man,
right?
sure did.
So I'm writing a book already, so fuck it. Like, I don't wanna be a rapper, but this is my life and I'm gonna tell my story, so fuck it. So I started writing a book, writing the shit down, and then that's how I became a rapper, right? So from that, I called the dude up, I said, look, I wanna make this song, I want the horns to sound like this, I got it all laid out. I already knew what I wanted. He said, all right, dude, but listen, man, once you make that song, the people gonna want some more. So he said, man, I think you should do an EP. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, that's like a small album, 5 songs, under 10. I'm like, okay, I'm with it. So I say, how much it's gonna cost? He say, yeah, this the price. I say, all right, boom. And here go my disclaimer. The nigga, he got over on me on the bank, on the music all the way around the board, right? Nigga put the motherfucking dick in me. And I don't take dick, right? Nigga put the dick in me. But it's all good, cause it was a small thing for me, because I go into everything with a budget, right? I joke all the time. Motherfuckers say, you took that broad on a trip, you did this, you do it. That was in my budget. I ain't gonna go broke for nothing that I can't afford. So I knew how much money I can afford to invest in music. Now, I might pay double for it, and that's a learning experience. So I was upset, but I had to look at it like that. I could afford it. I ain't missing no meals. I ain't homeless. I ain't missing no bills. I didn't know. I ain't do my research because I thought me and him was on a better note, but he got over on me. But I made the song, Champagne Me Please, and I had fun. So I don't really think I'm a rapper. I got some other music. I'm gonna finish that up, but that ain't my passion. But it's fun to me, right? But it's another way to me express myself and tell my story, right? Because I got a lot of stuff to tell people.
Well, the song in the video was fine. I definitely liked it. And when you performed it in the gates, they gave you a good reception. They tough down there.
Yeah. Well, that's the other song. That's my second drum. That's Dress for Success.
Yeah, okay.
See, now that right there, that's just me. You know, I come. On top of that, Steve. Yeah, everybody knows Steve.
Yeah.
Steve drive for Metro now. But Steve, right? So Steve and his crew, they've been super fly, right? So since I was young, right? Steve, he the first person took me up Wisconsin Avenue to the Versace shop, bought me my first pair of Versace J's. So I've been doing that fly shit, right? That's easy for me, right? I ain't gonna come out if I ain't gonna be ready. Like, you invite me to your birthday party, man, I'm gonna try to be best dressed. I know it's your birthday, but this my goal, man, cause this my motherfucking calling card, right? So I just made a song about that shit, like Dress for Success. Like, when I come out, man, I gotta stay fly, gotta stay fresh. So that's the joint I performed down the farms, right? Shout out to you, cause I called to say, Miles, man, you was like, man, say less.
That joint was nice. And if the farms clap for you can perform any goddamn way. Cause them jokers is so wishy-washy. But they showed you a lot of love.
That was one of my proudest moments though, because like I said, man, I'm from Southeast, man. If you from Southeast and you really saying like I represent Southeast, everybody, all my friends all around the world, you would think they from Southeast. They be checking motherfuckers up. They call me, hey Rod, this motherfucker say he from Southeast, and they get to dropping street names and shit. Like, and I be like, bro, you're not even from here. So I carry it on my back, man. That's all I know, man. Like, you know, I rap it. So for me to, you know, get the accolades and rest in peace, my man Tall Steve, man, because Steve, you know, we grew up together, went to school together, and he was like, man, they drinking all this champagne down here. You should have hit that champagne, me please. But I was like, nah, man, this is what I'm doing right now. So just the opportunities, you know. So
I'm gonna go back to something you said, because like you, I almost had a fatal, well, I had a almost fatal accident too.
Yeah.
How does that accident, that whole experience, still affect you today?
Well,
I saw her when she was not cast up, braced.
Yeah.
Had the motherfucking
space
cable antenna.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
sitting out about this motherfucker. I remember that comeback.
You know, now Wayne, that accident really humbled me, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, I was an arrogant motherfucker, right? And just, I mean, in my own right, not, I don't know, but I feel like I was a little arrogant because I come from Commerce Park, right? I graduated high school, what most of my friends didn't do, and then instead of getting a government job or work for the post office, I went to the military, right? What, you know, I can think about, I remember my man I used to hang with, he say, man, that Friday shit, ain't no black person ain't got no spot in the military. And I just seen this nigga like 3 weeks ago, he like 52, talking about he about to get a CDL. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a CDL, but at 52, bro, you like way behind the curve, right? So
better late than never.
Man,
I want to tell a story about one of my guys was on Facebook flaunting about he just got hired. Finally, his thing was finally got on with Metro, blah blah blah. And I think he like in 50 or 50 plus. And the female jumped on that motherfucker and said, nigga, you supposed to be retired from Metro. But it tickled me on the inside, but certain stuff, I'm a big jokester, but I respect. Man-lord comes into play, but like you say, he's 52 trying to
that's what I'm saying. I had smoked, I had went to the service, came back, that nigga was still in the same spot. And I came from Fort Bragg in like 2000.
Well, they did that to me too. My homies got Bird Farm homies.
Yeah.
Ain't no different than
same shit.
Nobody else. When I went to serve, they said the same dumb shit. Nigga, oh, you in the army, and but when I come home, I'm gonna leave and all that. The same nigga was in that same spot.
Right. And you got your car and all that shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's still begging. Go ahead and finish your story.
Yeah, so what happened was I think I respectfully know I was a little arrogant because I had excelled beyond what I thought that I could do, right? Because like I said, I went to the Army. When I got out of the Army, and I started working in corporate America, right? I had security clearance and all that, so I've always made probably twice what my friends, my associates had made, right? So I've been, you know, quietly, everybody know I got a job. Ron got a good job. Nobody really knows what I do, but they know that I got a good job. So as time go on, right? But I got my other friends over here that we in competition. We like, man, we gotta get this salary, we gotta get this, we gotta do that, we gotta get. So I'm really, really climbing, but I'm still hanging with my homies and shit. And I got to a point where I had almost achieved everything. Like me and my man, right? Because I still used to hustle a little bit and work, right? So me and my man, we outside. I go to work and get off and be hustling and sell a little coke every now and then. So we outside. His dream car was a Corvette. And I was like, man, I ain't getting no motherfucking Corvette. I'm getting me a 911. I'm getting me a Porsche. And that nigga was looking at me like I was talking a foreign language. And from that time, since I was like 30 years old, right? When I got 30, right? I bought a condo. Because I just set these goals for myself. I got these goals. Even though I'm hanging with my homies and I don't know what their goals are, but I got some goals, right? So I had already made a goal for myself. I need to purchase a property before at least by the time I turned 30. So I achieved that in the beginning of the year before I turned 30. So I turned 30 in May. By January, I had already bought me a condo, right? So in the midst when I bought the condo, right? I think I was making like $70,000, and that I paid like $210 for the condo. But all my money was pretty much going to the condo and the association fees and my condo. So I ain't really had no money. So I called one of my men. He gave me all this work. So I'm around the way, and I'm really just, I'm back on the block. But I got to go to my corporate job in the daytime. But when I get off from like 4 to 11. I'm banging around the way. I'm telling you. So, and my man from Maryland, like, they was just getting money. So I called him and was like, man, so this dude had gave me all this coke. Like, I think he gave me like a 62, right? That shit like
What was it?
62 grams.
Okay.
Right? That's a lot of coke for niggas that's selling dimes, right? That's enough for me to
post
post
right
it.
there.
Oh,
Shout out to your barber because he got you.
Duck sauce.
He keep you straight.
Duck sauce. You know duck sauce.
Duck sauce got the corners on there and everything.
Sir.
My main man, Duck sauce.
I told him get me right.
BF original. We'll be right back, man. Live in the den in my big Rob voice. Rest in peace, big boy. With Kingdude, the artist.
Yes, sir.